The Invisible Heist? It started with a letter. An anonymous envelope slid under the doors of four strangers in a city known for its high-security banks. The letter was simple, yet chilling. Do the impossible. Steal what cannot be stolen. Each of them had a unique skill. There was Jax, a hacker who could manipulate any digital system. Mara, a con artist who could charm her way past anyone. Theo, a getaway driver whose reflexes were legendary. And Lena, a master of disguise who could vanish in plain sight. None of them knew who sent the letter, yet each was drawn by the promise of a challenge they could not resist. They met in a dimly lit warehouse, the walls covered in peeling paint and the smell of rust thick in the air. The letter's instructions were cryptic, the handwriting elegant but unfamiliar. Their target was not money. It was something far more valuable, a prototype microchip capable of controlling the city's entire digital security network. The planning began immediately. Jax studied the city's grid and security protocols. Mara mapped out how to get in and out unnoticed. Theo memorized every route, alley, and escape path, and Lena practiced blending in as different employees of the bank. Suspicion grew as each realized they knew nothing about the others. Could one of them be a traitor? Days passed. They rehearsed every move, every contingency. The microchip was said to be stored in the bank's central vault, an impenetrable fortress of steel and electronic surveillance. But nothing about this heist was ordinary. The instructions from the letter required precision to the second, coordination to the split moment, and trust none of them had yet earned. The night of the heist arrived. The city slept under a pale moon. Jax monitored the bank's security cameras from a nearby van. Mara approached the front desk, feigning an emergency that drew the manager's attention. Lena, disguised as a security officer, slipped inside unnoticed. Theo waited in the shadows, engine running, every nerve alert. As the clock struck 0, Jax disabled the cameras. For 37 seconds, the bank was blind. Lena moved silently through the corridors, bypassing guards and surveillance systems with the ease of someone who had done this 1,000 times before. Mara's distraction succeeded perfectly. The vault loomed ahead, cold and unyielding. But when they opened it, nothing was there. No microchip. The vault contained only empty shelves and the echo of their own footsteps. Panic rippled through the team. Jax scanned the system frantically. That's when they realized the truth. The microchip was never in the vault. It had been transmitted digitally the entire time, moving through a network they hadn't even known existed. And someone they didn't know, was already taking it. Chaos erupted. Alarms sounded across the city. Guards converged, and the streets became a maze of flashing lights and shadows. Each member tried to escape, but one by one, they vanished. Only Jax remained, tracing the digital signal of the stolen microchip. The trace led to a familiar location, the warehouse where they had first met. There, in the shadows, stood Lena, but she was not the same. Her calm eyes now reflected the truth. She had orchestrated the entire heist. The letter, the challenge, the team. It had all been a test. She smiled faintly and handed Jax a new envelope, identical to the first. "You passed," she said. "Now you're part of something bigger." Jax realized the heist had not been about the microchip. It had been about recruiting talent. Each stranger had been chosen for a purpose, a role in a network that controlled more than just money or information. A criminal empire invisible to the city itself. And just like that, Lena disappeared into the night, leaving Jax alone in the warehouse. The city outside slept, unaware of what had happened, unaware of what was coming. Jax understood that from this night forward, nothing would ever be the same. Every street, every shadow, every person could be part of the game. And the game had only just begun. The invisible heist was over, but the consequences were only starting.